Today we're going to be talking about the constant of proportionality and telling whether relationships are proportional or non-proportional using tables. So first we want to know, what is the constant of proportionality? So when you have a relationship between two sets of numbers and they are proportional, they have something called the constant of proportionality. And it is represented, oddly enough, by the letter K. And K, the constant of proportionality, can be found when we divide the y by the x. So we can write it as a fraction like this. All right, so that probably sounds confusing without actually trying it. So let's look at these tables down here. So the first table, let's use a highlighter here. Here are my x values. They're always the first set of numbers in the table, and here are my y values. So we're going to compare the ratios that we get when we do y over x. So in this first pair here, y over x is 2 over 8, which is 1/4. In the next set here, we have y over x, which is 5 over 20. That can also be simplified to 1/4. And in the final pair of numbers, we have 7 over 28 for our y over x, and they're all 1/4. When they're all the same, we can say that that's a proportional relationship. All right, let's look at this other example. We have the x's, again, are always the first set of numbers, and the y's are always the second set of numbers. And if we compare y over x, we have 2/8, 3/12, and 6/16. This simplifies to 1/4, and so does this one, but this one simplifies to 3/8. Since they're all different, we have to say that this is not a proportional relationship. Well, two of them are the same, right? But they all have to be the same for it to be a proportional relationship. So we can fill this in too. We know the ratio of y to x is constant for every value. Then after you simplify, then that means it's proportional. So again, just rewriting what we wrote above. Let's see. Constant of proportionality is the same thing as the unit rate. How much for 1? All right, so there are a couple of situations here that we are going to complete a table for. The first one says tacos cost $1.50 each. So that means one taco is $1.50, and 2 tacos would be $1.50 times 2, and 3 tacos would be $1.50 times 3. Oops. And 4 tacos would be $1.50 times 4. Question is the cost proportional to the number of tacos? And the answer is yes, because if we did the x's and the y's, right, if we did y over x for each of these numbers in my table, they all simplify to the same thing, which is $1.50. So because they all simplify to the same thing, we can say it's a proportional relationship. And that thing that they all simplify to, that $1.50 for 1, is our constant of proportionality. Let's try the next example. It says admission to the fair is $20 plus $2 per ride. So it's $20 to get in, and then every time you ride a ride, it's $2. So if you go to the fair and you ride one ride, you're going to spend $22. If you go to the fair and you ride 2 rides, it's $24, and it goes up by 2 each time. So let's see if these ratios of y to x are equal. 22 over 1 equals 22. 22 over, hang on, where's my undo? 24 over 2 equals 12. Now I'm on this one. 26 over 3 is not even a whole number. And 28 over 4 is 7. So they're definitely not the same. And if they're not the same, it's not a proportional relationship, and there is no constant of proportionality. There is only a constant of proportionality if it's a proportional relationship, and it's only a proportional relationship if the ratio of y to x for every pair of numbers in your table is the same. Thanks for watching.